Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I am back for the hashtag Color Combo 2024. This is hosted by Tammy at Loufrou-frou Studio, and if you do this at Loufrou-frou Studio 2026 on YouTube, it'll go straight to her channel. So if you want more information on this color combo challenge, you can pop over there and check out what she's got going on. Each week now she's doing this a little different than she did for the 2023 combo. She is choosing a color and a shape. So like last week it was blue and oval. So this week we have yellow and hexagon. Now that doesn't mean that you have to find yellow hexagons to use in whatever it is you're making. You just need to use something that is yellow. Everything you use doesn't have to be yellow, just something yellow, and a hexagon, or you can do multiple hexagons, but at least one hexagon. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do right now. How are you all doing? I hope you're all fantastic. I am doing pretty good. Sorry there was no video yesterday. I was shoveling snow and trying to find ice melt and all kinds of really super duper fun stuff. So yeah, but I apologize for not being here. As you can see, I have some sewing tissue. Oh, I need to say hugs and blessings to Janet at SKC921 Art and my friend Betty Ann. Thank you guys so much for joining me always and just super kind comments. And yeah, I appreciate you guys so much. I can't even tell you. So hugs and blessings to all of you guys. You're all fantastic. I appreciate you very much. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this piece of tissue, and it's just like right now this is just one layer, okay, and I'm just going to run some glue, just sort of one line sort of thing. I don't want gobs. I just want it to, stick together basically, because we're going to sew it. And I've done this before. I did this around Christmas. I'm going to make a little side of the page, little fun ruffly thing. So it has been done, but it's always fun to revisit because we often forget these ideas. And I'm ready for spring, especially after yesterday. So I'm going to do something springy for hexagon and yellow, which is fitting because for some reason, of course, when we all think of hexagons and yellow, we think of bees, which are fantastic. Love our little bee friends. And I'm going to do that with another layer because, the more layers you make, it just makes it more fluffy, ruffly. So you can do it however you want. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Just been shoveling and shoveling. And yeah, had to find ice melts because our sidewalk, I was really scared that like Amazon, well, like yesterday I had Blue Apron was coming, and I knew that. And up around our door, because it had kind of been dripping, sort of would melt, drip, the whole thing. And it was just thick ice. And I tried to break it and get rid of it that way, but of course that wasn't enough. So I had to go out hunting down ice melt, which if I was ever smart enough, I would buy it ahead of time, but I never think of it until I have, a giant ice disaster happening at my front door. Yeah, I had to break off icicles and all of that. It's funny, I was telling my daughter, so now I'm going to glue these together, and I'm going to stitch them, so that's why I'm not really concerned about, I'm just doing like one line down them kind of thing, just so they stay together. If you don't stitch though, or you don't sew, then I would definitely, make sure you get down the center really well glued on all the parts. You don't want to glue the sides because we want them to get kind of, ruffly, crumbly, whatever, together. So that's what we want to do for that. Okay, So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to trim it with my pinking shears, and you're probably all going to cry because these are good pinking shears that I'm using to cut paper. But that's what I have, so that's what I'm using. These are surprisingly crazy scissors. I mean, they were my grandmother's, and I think they were, you know, really nice scissors to begin with, because they still cut through fabric like you wouldn't believe, so I don't know. Eventually, I'll probably have to try to find some place where you can get them sharpened or something. But I just keep cutting and they just keep working, so can't complain about that. Yeah, I started cutting paper with them when I didn't do anything with fabric, and never thought I would do anything with fabric because I've never been into sewing. Yeah, that is not my thing. So, I mean, I'll do like straight line stitching for journals, but I'm talking about like following patterns and doing all those kind of things. I don't have the patience for that. So, that's when I started ruining them. Because I just thought, oh, I'm never going to use them for fabric, so who cares? But they still cut fabric. It's crazy. They are crazy. Crazy scissors. And they're heavier than crud, so they're not great on my hands, that's for sure. Seriously heavy. Yeah, it was nuts out there yesterday. Oy. That, it just wouldn't stop snowing. I'm getting too old for this nonsense. Well, the biggest problem too is I get, well, yeah, tired. I mean, everybody does, but also I'm just messing these up now, just kind of the layers. My asthma, that cold air just kicks my hiney. And so then I have to stop in the middle and go get my inhaler. You know, real first world problems I have, but yeah, it's just so annoying. It feels good to get some exercise, though, that's for sure. And that's some exercise. So, yeah. That's what I did all day yesterday, so... Oh, I got too close to the edge on that one. Oh, I'm just gonna... You know what, I'm just gonna do this and see how that works. I'm being too special about it. You really don't have to be. Okay, so now I want to put a little ruffle in it, but it's not super long, so I don't want to put so many ruffles that I end up with it, you know, really short and squat. And I'm going to sew it at the end, not yet. So that's why I'm doing it this way. So I just kind of put little, I was told these are not ruffles, these are pleats. So I'm putting pleats in it. Whatever you want to call it, I don't really care. It's just, it looks like a ruffle when it's done, so, but, you do you. And it's probably true, but I just don't worry about such things. This is a little thick. I probably went a little overboard. So maybe you just do like 4 layers or something like that. And you can be super particular about, what do you call it? Spacing, but I'm making this kind of all crinkly, junky, whatever. So I'm just doing my thing. All right, and then I cut out a bunch of hexagons, and I don't have a lot of yellow paper, I discovered. Apparently I don't buy a lot of yellow paper, but I did these kind of pastel type colors, so that's what we're going with. And sorry, I didn't have time to ink them. As you remember, I've been shoveling snow. As I might have mentioned, I've been shoveling snow. And I did all different sizes. I've seen people do this type of thing, not on here, but these little strips of shapes all sewn together using circles. And so I always think that's cute. And then I never do it. And then I'm like, well, I could do it with some hexagons instead. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm just going to kind of glue these down. And I'm not stressing about how covered they are because, like I said, I'm going to put one in the middle. Stitch through it so it doesn't have to be like super duper crazy stuck together. And I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just winging it, which I can be quite good at. Because I haven't actually tried it, of course, but I think it will be fine. It's always fun to just play around and see what we get. So you could just do a whole line of hexagons, would also be fun, you know. And just, you know, I don't think I want that same one. Otherwise I look like I'm trying to hook them together specifically, and I'm really not. Actually, I think I'll put this one on here. And then we'll use one of these ones. Not the big one. So yeah, there's a little yellow, but yes, yellow, I guess, is not one of my top colors. Yellow and orange. Definitely not my top colors, I'm going to say. I'm just going to throw it out there. I mean, purple is my favorite color, and I never make anything purple. So, well, I mean, I don't want to say never because I have, but you know what I mean. Like, I don't make a lot of purple things, even though it's my favorite color. I think neutrals really are what I use the most. And I think that's probably true for most of us doing journals, just because, I don't know, it just works, you know, with the old vintage feel. It just feels that's what you should use. But it is cool. I love to see when people use the really bright colors. You know, it's like, oh, yeah, that looks great. I don't know why I don't do it more. Maybe we'll put the big blue one there. And I will put more little ones on. And then I've got another little kind of quickie idea. We'll do another yellow one. Maybe. I'm starting to get low on, well, not really, I still have a giant stack, but over the past 6 years, I have definitely gone through some scrapbook paper, I will say. Why did I turn that one over? So hard for me to get a hold of on this. Get yellow here. So this is definitely used some hexagons here. Oh, how long is this? I just like, oh yeah, it'll have to be cut whenever it goes in a journal or wherever it ends up going. You could even cut, after you get it sewn and stuff, little sections of it to put on, what do you call it? I don't know if I want to use these. They're a little sparkly for my taste. Why can't I think? you know, the edge of pockets and stuff like that. Wow, that was like brutal. Sorry. Oops. All right, and then I have some of my little bees, and these are in my bee journal add-on digital download if you are looking for bees. So I think I'll kind of put them like that. Then I will go stitch it and come back. I am going to glue these a little more because I want to make sure their little wings and antlers, oh my gosh, antennae stay put. Antlers. I'm as bad as Gail. All these bugs got antlers. Yeah, I drew these little guys. Oh my gosh. It has to have been 4 years ago now, which is crazy. And there's pages with little bees like these all over, flying all over them. They're just fun. They make me laugh. I love that one. That's my favorite one. Because we love us some bees. Oh, I should have put this on first. This is what I was going to put down the middle. Yeah, don't want to do that now. Oh, you know what I could do though? Is some rickrack. I don't know where I'll ever use this, just because I chose pastels, which is something I really don't use much. But you never know. They amazingly do find homes. It's sort of miraculous. This is old. That plastic is like going away. So where's the beginning? Oh, I love these things. That's the end, I think. Don't you love this when they do this to us? I think I found it. That might be the end, but we're going with it because it came out. I think I might just kind of tie a bow since I forgot. I meant to put this on and then put the bees on, but I kind of blew it. I don't know if this is going to look silly because it's rickrack. Oh, this rickrack's just falling apart. I mean, it's just like coming undone. See on the sides? Weird. Yeah, I don't really like that. Darn, why did I put those bees on already? Well, I guess it weren't meant to be. So I guess what I'll have to do is go look for some other ribbon eventually. But anyway, you get the idea. I'm just going to go stitch this really quick and then I'll be back and we'll start the next one. Okay, I am back. So there's that. I just did, you know, cuckoo stitching all over the place, basically, is what it comes down to. However I felt like. And so how you could use this, because, you know, get those questions. So you could take it and snip it, you know, up here somewhere to like make a pocket more interesting. You could use it, that's kind of big for that particular one, but you could use it down the side of the page, you know, so you would just trim off this top part. So sometimes it's better to make them a tiny bit bigger, just because then you have a little more leeway if you are going to use it on a page. I don't have my tall journal here, it's downstairs, so, but it's not quite long enough for that. Oh yeah, it is. I don't know what I'm thinking. All right. So, but you might want to, you know, measure before you make one if you know you're going to use it on the side of a page. I just don't know yet because I might use it on a pocket. I tend to cut these kinds of things up. So that's just a personal preference thing. And the next thing I have is a playing card that I punched a hole in, a hexagon-y hole. Now, I get that not everybody is going to have hexagon punches and all those kind of things. And so what I would say about that is maybe if you can go online and print a hexagon shape out, then you could trace it and cut it out, or, you know, use a X-Acto blade or what in the world ever. I'm going to sand this a little bit just because I like them when they're roughed up. I don't like them when they're totally, I don't like the shiny of cards. And I'm going to put some sewing tissue over the top of this as well, but I just like to rough them up. But again, that's something you don't have to do it if you're going to cover it with tissue, sewing tissue or whatever. And then you don't need to. Or maybe you just like the look of them when they look new. And that's fine too. But I tend to do that oldie look, so I like them better when they have that look. Okay, I'm going to take a little piece of this. We're also going to use it behind, but we only need a strip to do this. And I'm sure many of you have seen this. I got this idea from Treasure Books, Natasha at Treasure Books. But I've seen other people do it too. I don't know. I think it was Natasha that came up with it, but I could be wrong about that, so don't quote me. That's just where I saw it first. So I tend to go with whoever I saw it first. Sorry, I gotta clean up my mess a little bit. I can't even get to my glue book. Okay, so then I just take little bits. I don't even need to ink those. It's dark enough. Ew, this side's even cooler. And then I just glue them down onto the paper, but like you can Mod Podge them, or, you know, do whatever you want. I kind of want that club sticking out there. And then if you want, you can put another piece of something. Just a little bit of this. And this is just some paper that I got off Amazon, those little kind of cheap. Oh, actually, I like this. Packs of, they call it scrapbook paper, but they're that size. Like, that's not a sheet of scrapbook paper. It works great for those of us doing journals and stuff because we don't need gigantic pieces a lot of the time anyway. But I'd be really annoyed if I bought it thinking I was getting full-size scrapbook paper. I'll just say that about it. So yeah, I just punched. Did I say that? Yeah, I did. Okay. That's how I got on the whole topic of punches. And I cut some of the other ones out, those tiny, tiny ones I did on my Glowforge. So there's usually dies or all kinds of things you can use. Let's see if there's anything from these. Kind of want like maybe a flower or something up there. If I could get just some of this. This is another one of those that came in that same set of stuff from Amazon. They are great for collaging because they're super lightweight, so you're not putting big, thick pieces of paper on stuff, which I do like. But, oh wait, you know what I was going to do? I don't want this. It's alright, I can use it for something else. I'm going to set that aside because I forgot I did this sticker and I want it on there. Sorry. I'm going to just tear off the bottom. I don't like that little stock part. I'm just going to ink it. A lot of times I will cut around these, but I won't torture you guys with that. We're going to cover it with tissue, again, like I've said a million times. Just trim it a little. And if you want more of your card showing, less of your card, you can do it however you want. The ones like we just used, this one with the black instead of the blue, because we're going on to a black card. I do like to add a spot that might have a little writing or a number or something. It's just fun. And then I just put glue all over the card. Oops, what am I doing? I'm losing my marbles. And that's all I'm doing, is putting all over the front of the card, over the top of all the stuff I just put on. And I also tried to glue it to the back as well, because I'm good like that. And I just plunk it down on here somewhere. Try to really get your corners the most, because it never sticks on the corners. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you guys, and I totally spaced it, I think. Shocking, I know. I was mentioning that my daughter and I were talking, and it seems like, because I was telling you I was knocking down icicles and doing all those kind of things, and we were laughing because I was talking to her on the phone while I was doing a lot of it, but we were saying how Dad's always, her dad, my husband, always, he's either not here, had surgery, broke his ankle. I don't know. It seems like every time we have like a major snowstorm, it's not his fault. It's all legitimate stuff. It's just, he's always got something else going on. Oh my gosh. We did shovel together this weekend, but it's just funny. We were laughing about that yesterday. It's just my luck. That's what it really comes down to. It doesn't have anything to do with my husband. My Irish luck, which is bad luck for those of you who don't know. Be careful when you wish for the luck of the Irish, because as far as I can tell, it's no good. That's another thing we always laugh about in our family. Where's all this talk of the luck of the Irish? Because, yeah, we didn't get it. We got it. Just a different version of it. Yeah, it's just silly. We are very blessed, so can't be unhappy. Good family. Okay. Probably should have put the yellow flowers on top now that I'm looking at it, but they're just a little muted. My yellow is a little muted. Okay, and then I'm going to take this and put one of my little bees on it, and that's going to be the frame for it. So I think I'll just plunk him down somewhere, and then I'll cover the back of the playing card with just a piece of probably coffee dyed paper or whatever, and you'll be able to write on it. It'll just be a fun little tuck. And you could put acetate in here if you wanted it to look more like a slide, you know, clear acetate in the center. And then you'd probably just leave the back regular, or cover the back first, then do your punch and then you'd be all set to go. But I just want the whole back covered. I'm not caring about the window in it thing, because there's nothing on the back of this bee. So I just don't. The only way those windows work to me, because I'm weird that way, is I need to have both sides printed. So I don't do those a whole lot. I like them. I just don't do them a whole lot. You don't need all of it. You just need enough to show the bee. Okay, trim the top. I still swear by these scissors that I got on Amazon. They weren't even that awful expensive. You get 2 pairs, and those little suckers are sharp. So do be careful if you get them, because they are quite sharp. I'm putting some ink on this because it's kind of almost a pinky color. I mean, it's not pink, but that's what it's reading like. And I don't want that. I probably should have put it on the other old paper, but it's fine. Let's move down just a little bit. That's good. And then we'll put, if I can find a piece that doesn't have something else on it, tea dye. I can tell it's tea dye because it's not very dark. I didn't want to have anything to do with the shoveling today. So luckily, knock on wood, we didn't get snow, but we're supposed to get snow again on Saturday. My poor daughter was buried and couldn't get her car out because she's got that little Volkswagen Beetle, which is excellent in the snow, I'm going to say. But when it gets high centered, not so good, obviously. She finally got it all unburied and everything today. She's like, I have to go to work. And I'm like, well, you might have to have one of your friends take you, and then your brother can pick you up later. But yeah, she got it. Yeah, it's really hard to do life with snow, that's for sure. That's the one thing I think. I don't love the heat, but I think I prefer it only because of that. Because that driving situation in snow is nightmarish. Okay, I feel like we do kind of need maybe a little more yellow. Yeah, let's put it up at the top. Had to try all the spots. See which one I liked the best. I'm just going to put a line of it. I'll probably run a stitch around. I'll do that real quick and I'll come back and show you guys. I know I'm awful at finishing stuff on camera. Apologize about that. Sometimes it's just time. My gosh, some things just take so long. I feel like I'm hogging all your time. And I know some people like the long videos and other people don't. So it's kind of like one of those, I try to do somewhere in between. Okay, I'll run a stitch around that and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. I stitched all around that. I think if I did that again, I'd put those flowers on top of the tissue just because they're real hard to see there. And then I went and did this kind of thing, messed this up more because it was just a little too flat. So did that, and then I'm going to put a little wild honey on there, and I'll probably regret it, but I'm gonna try it. If I mess it up, oh well, it's just some paper. It's just some paper I'll have. And I'm going to put this over here as a shield because I tend to spray this stuff everywhere, and I am using the pump, so wish me all the luck in the whole wide world, let me tell you. Okay, I think I better stop because I have a feeling it'll be a disaster if I do anymore. And then I think I'm gonna. I just stole the Carol line right there. Did y'all hear it? Okay. I'm gonna dry those and I'll be back again. Okay, I don't know if it made it better or worse, but some days you try, you know. Anyways, this is fun. I definitely would do this again with cutting the shape in the playing card. I definitely like that. I'm not really sure about this, and I think it's my color choices. So anyways, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you guys again Monday. Have a fantastic weekend. Try to stay warm, dry, cool if you're in a hot area, and I will talk to you guys soon. Love you. Bye.